Grounds podcast for another morning minute meditation. I want to bring you a thought out of Genesis chapter number 19, and of course a very familiar passage where Lot and his wife and his daughters are being brought out of Sodom and Gomorrah as God rains down fire and brimstone. And we know the passage, we refer to it a lot, but really the Lord has stirred my heart this morning with verse number 27. Verse 26 records to us that Lot's wife looks back, and as she looks back, she became a pillar of salt. But verse 27 kind of changes from Lot and his wife over to Abraham. And the Bible said in verse 27, Abraham got up early in the morning to the place where he stood before the Lord. You know, in a time when God was bringing judgment upon sin, Abraham was consistent and faithful to find himself standing before the Lord early as he did every morning. And I just want to encourage you, we've just started a new year, 2021, and I want to encourage you to find your place early every morning this year, standing before the Lord. You say, well, preacher, what do you mean by standing before the Lord? Well, it was a time of communion. He made himself accountable, and he stood before the Lord faithfully every morning. A time of communion, a time where he would talk to the Lord and the Lord would talk to him. It was a time where he found himself right back there in the important place, standing before the Lord. Abraham was a man of character. He was a clean man. He was a man of consistency and faithfulness, a man of character. He was a man of communion, though. He found himself before the Lord daily. And I just want to encourage you. We know Abraham is a great patriarch, great man of faith of Hebrews 11. But Abraham, I believe one of the great reasons Abraham was used greatly of the Lord was because he found himself standing before the Lord every morning, communing with God. And I want to encourage you to do the same thing here in 2021. You may never have had much of a time with God before, but it's a good time to start. Here in this time of year, it's a good time to find your place early before God. Despite the judgment, despite what's going on in America and everywhere else, and how detrimental sin is and what's going on around us, let's find our place standing before the Lord. Have a great day from the Higher Grounds Podcast.